Here we have Mark in the low oblique sitting position. His legs are differentiated, so we've got his right hip at a right angle, so 90 degrees hip flexion. Then this left leg can just be in a nice relaxed position there in line with his trunk. Okay, what we're going to train at the start is, again, this is his axis of rotation for the ribs, and then he's using his left hand as just good feedback for rotation at the pelvis. So what we're going to do to start off with is just rotate the pelvis, and notice that that's happening with the trunk and also happening with the eyes. So the eyes are initiating the movement and then sending it back. It's really important that we make sure that the trunk doesn't rotate further than what the pelvis is rotating. So it's just really controlled. We might start with just small ranges of motion at the start and then gradually increase and get that feeling of gliding whilst maintaining that caudal pelvis, which again is challenging in this side lying position. Okay, so we'd suggest that you do 3 of these. Okay. And then back, and we're just watching the symmetry of the ribs at the same time. Now, as Mark goes to close the pelvis again, he's going to incorporate a reach away from the body as if he was reaching for a toy. At the same time, when he gets no more range at the pelvis, he's going to load the outside knee and create a bit of a lift, creating hip abduction at this right hip. Now you can see that's not a great range, all right? That's not what's important, okay? Then Mark's going to keep that left hand where it is and send this right hip back and away at the same time, okay? Now there's different variations we can play with this to get that gliding effect, so I'll give you a few options here. Now what Mark can do is he can take a breath in, and then as he breathes out, he can further increase that rotation by reaching further, okay? But again, not at the cost of any side bending or bulging of the ribs, okay? The next one is we're going to create a lift here and then lifting the hip at the same time. There's a good connection there. And then Mark's going to reach further with that left hand, and then keeping that left hand there, he's going to send his right hip slowly down and back by lowering slowly through the length of his right thigh. Good. And I'm just checking that it's pure rotation. And you can see how rotated that pelvis is now as well. Okay. And then we can do one more lift. Good. See if he's got any more reach. Good. And then send the right hip down and back one last time. Good. Now it's really important to be strong through this support here. Support here. So feel those supports as you bring that left arm back, and then rotation with the left arm